Hey guys, what's up? It's David, and today I'm just doing the first episode of my new series. I'm just calling it Photoshop 101 because I don't feel like coming up with a creative name. Anyway, so basically this series is just me showing you guys how to use Photoshop to be like the basics, and I'm gonna get more advanced as I progress. So yeah, today guys we're just gonna be basically covering all the basics of Photoshop and like gradients or whatnot, how to make a simple logo if you're just starting out. I'm gonna try and go pretty slow for you guys. I don't want to rush it because I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. And yeah, all right guys. So whoa, all right. Just want to go new file. You can use whatever pixel. I recommend 1280 by 720 if you're just playing around. If you're using anything different, then you can just use like a whole different width to height, size. Yeah. So yeah, guys. I'm just gonna go do not disturb. I don't want it annoying me or bothering you guys. Okay. Enough with all my rambling. I'm just gonna start a new project. I'll wait for that to load. Fuck off. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, guys. I'm just gonna be quickly going over the tools. Most of these tools you're not gonna need. At least now you won't. So today we're just gonna be working with the text tool. This is a font drop down. Basically, you can choose whatever font you want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know how to choose a font. I don't think I need to explain that to you. So I'm just gonna grab a font real quick. I don't know. And this looks kind of cool. Alright, whatever. Okay. So this is the size of your font. So let's say I had like a small background and I wanted to write small. I could put 8pt. But since I have a pretty big canvas, I'm just going to go with 72. This has to do with aligning. You don't need to use that for right now. And just don't mess around with that for now. This is the color of your font. So let's say I wanted a red font, I could just, but I'm just going to use black. Alright, so now you type whatever you want. So I'm just going to go type my name. And you can go back to the little mouse with, yeah. If you want just a quick shortcut, just click V. Man, V. My bad. What the fuck? But yeah. Oh, holy shit, why is there so many numbers? I don't understand. Okay, sorry guys. So you're just gonna wanna go to the move tool, place it wherever you want. And if you find 72 isn't big enough for you, you can just go Command T or Control T if you're on Mac. Windows, sorry. Oh my god. Okay. And you're gonna want to hold Shift so that it doesn't warp, because if I were to not hold Shift, it would do all kinds of, yeah. So I'm just gonna hold Shift here and drag it up a bit so it's a little bit bigger and we can see it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna want to center this however I want. If you want very precise movements, you can use the keys on your keyboard to move it slightly. But yeah, I'm just gonna center it. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, guys. So now that we have our text where we want it, you're just going to want to either right-click and go to blending options, or you just want to double-click the layer. Alright, so now that we're in here, I'm just gonna, I can't change the size, eh? No, alright, doesn't matter. Okay, So, I'm just gonna show you guys, go through some of the blending options. Let's just say I'm gonna put all of these on, right? Alright. That doesn't look too bad, right? Okay. Bevel and Emboss is basically, it adds like, I don't really want to say contour, but like it makes your text pop. But yeah. So you got Bevel and Emboss, contour, that just adds like a little, makes it a little more realistic, adds some reflections and stuff. Texture, I don't like to mess around with. You can mess around with this. You got a few different textures, and I don't like it, to be honest, but yeah. Stroke, it adds a line or an outline, if you were to say, around your text. So I could add like a nice red outline, let's say. Anyway, inner shadow just basically adds an inner shadow. I'll be covering this in a later tutorial because we'll be working with it. Inner glow, sort of the same thing. Satin, I don't even know, to be honest. It doesn't. Color overlay, you can change the color of your text after the fact of you choosing it in the first place. Gradient overlay, I'm just going to skip over this one for a minute. Pattern overlay is sort of the same as texture, but it overlays it instead of putting it under as the bevel and emboss. Outer glow is, it's kind of like stroke, but you have a little bit more customizability with it. If I were to add like a blue outer glow, I'll go over it in a later tutorial. It's not important right now. Drop shadow. I'm actually going to be going over this today. Basically what it does is it makes your text nice and realistic. You add some nice shadows. So I'm going to go over this first. You don't need to see the whole text. Okay. So if you guys can see right now, the angle's at 120, and you can see the light is projecting from this angle. Like, you can see where the shadows are. If I were to put it to negative 90 degrees, which means the light is coming up from under the text, you can see the shadows are coming up from there. So I'm just going to put it coming straight down on the text. Now, I recommend you keep use global lighting on, because I find it makes it like nice and smooth. And this is just like far out, and I don't like it. But yeah. So let's say you want the shadow to be distant, like you have like hard light going on it and you want a distant shadow. You're gonna want to just turn this up. Like you can also mess around with this sometimes, like if you put it at like a nice angle, the right angle, mess around with the distance, you can get like a 3D effect. You guys just gotta mess around with it. So yeah, well, my bad, guys. Alright, you have spread. It basically just kind of the size of the shadow itself, like how much you want the shadow to be projected. I like to leave it at 0, but that's just me. So size, this is the actual size of the shadow. It's kind of like spread, but spread has a different like feel to it. Don't mind my cat meowing in the background, I apologize. But the size, and just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to mess around with it a bit. I'm going to put a little bit of to make the text stick out, and then I'm going to put like a 1 distance. And yeah. See, I mean, that doesn't look too bad if you're making like a desktop background or something. Alright. Now, gradient overlay. This is basically, I use it often when I do graphics and whatnot. I think it's a very helpful tool when it comes to graphics and stuff of that sort. But yeah, so Basically what a gradient is instead of just chopping like a color off, like if I wanted like half white, half black, and I were to just like chop it off, it wouldn't look very smooth, right? It would just be white, black, like, so it just adds like that realistic look to as what in real day design what you would see like done by professionals. You wouldn't just see it chopped off, you know what I mean? So yeah, if I were to make a red, I'm just gonna want to double click on this little marker looking thing. It's gonna come up, you can choose your color, and if I want to fade it to white, for example, double click that, and the same thing applies. You just drag it to however you want. See, now if you see this little dot, let's say it's in the middle, right? It's gonna be evenly like projected. Like half of it's gonna be just as red and half of it's gonna be just as white. So let's say I wanted more red than white, right? Like I wanted like a third of the text white. I can do something like that. See, like it's not, obviously it's not as smooth, but it, like, I don't know how to explain it, guys, sorry, but I think you get what I mean. So I'm just gonna put this in the middle, and I'll just choose a nice color. I'll go with white to gray. Fuck. My bad. Alright, so like a middle gray. Alright, that looks kind of silvery. I find it kind of cool. Alright. Since this is a beginner's tutorial, I'm not going to go too in-depth with this, but let's say you don't want to get too advanced, you're just making yourself a simple desktop background or something in Photoshop. To give it like a nice look to it, you're going to want to make sure you have the adjustments panel open, and you just want to go to gradient map, and choose which one you want. It doesn't really matter. To be completely honest, I really like this one, or this one, like the purple to orange. And you just want to go put it on top of everything, or everything that you want it to project onto. And you just want to go to, you'll see normal, it's the blending mode for the layer. You just want to go click that, move your mouse down, you'll see overlay right under lighter color, and on top of soft light you'll see overlay. You're going to want to click that, and this really gives it a nice effect. You can change it to however you want, and it's really cool, guys. So yeah, if you're just looking to make a nice desktop background, simple, that's just what you're going to want to do, guys. All I can suggest is just play around with it, have fun with it, guys, be creative, and yeah, until next time, guys, peace out.